feel those butterflies in the
incredible. I can't wait. This is our ceremonial start. We'll get him out there. We'll get him officially started on the clock. But I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be one epic Baja 1000.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to send him off. We have a total of 73 motos and quads going to leave the line this morning. We got to get back in the studio here and call these guys off, so stick around. It's about go time here at the Baja 1000. All the motos, all quads lined up. Let's do this thing.
All right, we got it.
Our first bike off the line, we have number 10X all the way from Bolivia, riding that factory back KTM. This is Juan Carlos Sabateria, a.k.a. Chavo, off the line. The second bike off the line in our Pro Moto Unlimited division is number 38X out of Chula Vista, California, riding that Honda 450, Ivan Delgadillo. Ivan riding that Motion off-road racing bike. Teaming up with Wyatt Brittner and Brody Honia, and Irving Powers are his other three riders. And he's just 8 seconds from going green here for this year's Baja 1000 Pro Motos on the line. We're going to have 1 minute intervals here for our Pro Moto Unlimited division. And fourth off the line at for Motion offer. Green, Evident Industries, number 4X, Jason. Riding that Yamaha 450, riding for Captain Don Marine at San Diego, California, teaming up with Nick Lanning on the bike here. Leaving the line is 19X, Drew Watson. Our fifth rider on the line, riding another Husky, sponsored by Deuce X Machine, Factory Husqvarna, AHM, FMF, and Nitro Moose out of Huntington Beach, California. This is 3X, Forrest Mitchington. This next rider hails from Bonita, California, riding for Sammy's racing team, JM Express Transportation on the Honda 450, number 20X, Miguel Sammy Peña. Another rider on a Honda, riding for Monster Energy, Skechers, American Honda, Fly Racing, Twisted Development, BRP Chains, Hurley Parts, VP, teaming up with Justin Morgan and Kendall Norman. This is the A-Team, number 7X of Mark Samuels. And one of the local boys out of right here in Ensenada, riding a Husqvarna. This is number 14X, Jorge Ramirez. And our final rider in our Pro Moto Unlimited division, He's from Sandpoint, Idaho, riding a KTM sponsored by TRS Consultant, Inland Pacific Exteriors, Northern Idaho Power Sports and Fast House Gear, number 47X, Alo Pucci.
All right, time to switch it up here. We got the Pro Moto 30 coming up here. The 325X, it's Yano Montoya out of Winter Garden, Florida, riding for PBS Brown, General Contractor, AOR Insurance, Priority Lighting, Structure SBL, Condor Baja Tours.
And this next rider up, number 319X out of Escondido, California, David Smith.
And then on the 344 out of Norway, it's going to be David von Schmidt, riding for Moto Valhalla Racing, Zetra Racing, Von Schmidt Racing, TCalMotors.com, and English Motors, R.L. Smith. Then we got Daniel Collins out of and Harry Cherry's Racing.
And now we're going to move into our Pro Moto Limited, 448 cc's and less out of Ensenada, Mexico, riding that Honda 450, riding for Sunglass Sport Racing, Optica de Ensenada, number 180, Fernando Beltran.
And coming to us from Tijuana, Mexico, on the 1036, riding for GAG Constructors, Survey Express, FR Race Prep, Hunter's Barbershop, it's Giovanni Avias.
Riding for Go Metalworks, Maxima Express, Castile, Farmacia Santa Monica, and Abaratos Marino, out of Mexicali, number 111X, Carlos Castillo.
And coming to us from Santiago, Chile, riding the 169X is Thomas Del Gavado, riding his KTM on Old Rich Clem.
That is Giovanni Spinelli.
Then you got Vance Kennedy on the 522 out of Peoria, Arizona, on his Husky and the MEQ Construction Management, Reno Motorsports, Fast Company, FMF, Dunlop, Serbies USA, Scott Goggles, Baja Designs, Knight Rider, and Fly Racing.
And our next rider up in our Pro Moto 50 division out of Sandpoint, Idaho, on the KTM 450, number 547X, Michael Bogue.
And to follow him will be the 540X will be Wayne Christensen out of Los Angeles, California, riding his Honda, riding for Tacos and Margaritas and El Coyote Racing.
That was our late start in the Pro Moto 30, but our fourth and final rider here in our Pro Moto division. Tacos and Margaritas, El Coyote Racing out of Los Angeles, California, 540X. Wayne Christopherson. That was Alinio Amando, 441X. And Ryan Liebelt missed his start, but that was number 466X, Ryan Senecal.
And it looks like Mike Cook there on the 499. He's the driver record change there. Faster.com and Turbo Labs.
Now we're going to jump into our Pro Moto Ironman division with 21 riders out of Oak Hills, California, on the Husqvarna number 750X, Brandon Wright.
And up behind him on the 785 out of Bolivia, it's Fabricio Fuentes on his KTM. Services.
Our next Pro Moto Ironman number 712X out of the UK, Riding a KTM, this is Eddie Meek.
Paul Hart's the next one up here. Paul Hart's out of Grass Valley, California on his Husqvarna, riding for NCWR, Dunlop 707 suspension, Mission Pro, Rigid, and Nitro Moose.
Esquivel.
Tanner Janetsky, he's going to be on the 77X. He'll be, or 775 out of Hurricane, Utah on his KTM. Riding for Air Systems, Seal Savers, Fast Company, Decal Works.
Who is this? 719, what number is that? Manuel Humes.
And it's going to be the 756 machine there. Looking for his name. That's Keith Caton out of Washougal, Washington. High Desert Adventures, O'Neill, and Monaco Washougal.
Our next rider up out of Alpine, Wyoming, riding a Yamaha 770, Bo Huckins.
736, it's going to be John Bennett as he goes off on his KTM. John's out of Kiowa, Colorado.
Dude, who's lining him up? 749. I didn't even see a 749. All right, what's the next one? 782. I don't even see these guys. These riders are not on our list. We apologize. 775.
It looks like Janeski took a little bit farther back start there. We called him off earlier.
That was number 715X of Jeff Benrud. Our next rider up riding a Honda Casas Grande, Marco Moiner.
$774X up there next. That is Florian Schwartz out of British Columbia, Canada on his KTM.
Our next rider up, this is number 783, Jeremy Fall. That was Brian Englund, number 762X. These guys are mixing it up all over the place. That's a Class 50 rider.
That's Michael Borg, just won out of Sandpoint, Idaho.
Now we're going to jump into our Class Pro Moto 60 division. Number 649X. Out of BC, Canada, Guy Laycraft. And your 2021 champion in our Pro Moto 60 division out of Kent, Washington, riding the Honda 450. This is 600X, Scott McIntosh.
Then we're going to move into the pro quads. The 7A, Luis Ernesto Villafan out of Mexicali, Mexico. Riding his hard on the 908 Racing, power suspension and tuning, and F Motorsports Racing.
Our second pro quad off the line is number 31A out of Tecate, Baja, Mexico, Mr. Chavez.
Following him is going to be the 1A of Ricardo Calexico, California. Riding for God Bar Racing Gear, Mondo Brothers, Tires Sportis.
Up, he was last year's champion. Carlo Villafana, number 1A. Now our pro quad line, riding that Honda 450 out of San Lorenzo, Puerto Rico, number 83A, Feli Lopez.
Up next, out of Ensenada, California, Mexico, on his Honda, the 88, Norberto Arce.
And our final rider here in our Pro Quad Ironman division on the Yamaha, number 82A at Mesa, Arizona, Daniel Prairie.
Now moving on to our Sportsman in the 246 is going to be Julio Pava Avias out of Ensenada, Baja California, on his UPK Constructors.
Next is 201X riding for Dunlop EXS Motor Springs, Colorado, Casey O'Donnell.
And coming to it from San Felipe, Baja California, Mexico, on the 25X, Jason Lopez on his Honda.
Next rider light, 218. He is not on our list. On
David Navarro, checks out of Tecate, Mexico. Running for Francisco Reyes, Rancho Canega, Auto, and Express Carriers.
This is number 249X out of Tijuana, riding a Honda 450, Armando Ortiz.
And coming to us from Litchfield, North Carolina, he'll be going off on the 277X. So Luis Ezebal riding his Honda in the F2L Thugs, Weisco, Pro X, Recluse.
Riding the Husqvarna, sponsored by Lovesack, out of Washington, Utah, number 276X, Sean Nelson.
Up next, we've got the 245X of Filiberto Garcia out of Los Angeles, California, riding his Honda.
Another one that wasn't on the list. Next rider up on the KTM out of Alberton, Pennsylvania, 256X, Jim Jaros.
And then the 247X out of Hurricane, Utah, it's Merrill Campbell on his KTM, riding for Lovesack, baby.
That's Fabricio Fuentes, our Iron Man. 785.
The two-smoker rat.
Out of Mesa, Arizona, 217, Dustin Davis.
Now on the Sportsman quad. On the 104A, that is Juan Gonzalez out of Ensenada on his Honda.
And our next quad up, all out of Escondido, California, riding the Honda, number 123A, Eva Hernandez.
Then we got 111A is Fidel Gonzalez on his Honda. Up next there, Scott Hardin, our Grand Marshal, telling these guys to be safe.
Our next rider up has that dust flag. It's a little foggy out here. He'll be wiping those goggles. Number 105A out of Tecate, Mexico, Francisco Valle.
And it looks like we got 103A of Dario Morales out of Ensenada, running on that off cooking and heating, or cooling and heating. And there's the note.
We got a chase vehicle coming through, but officially all of our motorcycles and quads have left the line. It was an early start. The battles are commencing out on course. Don't go anywhere. We're going to start some action as soon as the sun starts coming up, and we're going to be sending off the four-wheel vehicles, starting with our trophy trucks, coming up here at 9:30. So stick around. Lots of racing today and tomorrow. It's a two-day race.
That's right. Why don't we get Scott Hardin, our Grand Marshal, over here. He's a bike guy. Scott, let me go grab Scott here. Let's get Scott over here.
Scott.
Scott Hardin. He's the ladies here. We'll talk to him after he gets his picture with Jackie on that one. He's like, forget the interview. Beautiful. So, Scott, let's get you in front of the camera real quick. And this got to make your heart feel good. You know, talking about this is your classes.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you can see it in the eyes of the riders, you know, just all the anticipation, excitement, the months of planning, you know, the counting down to this morning, all the butterflies in there. These guys are going on the adventure of a lifetime. The guys and gals, they're going to have a peak life moment today out there on the trail, and that's what the sport gives over and over and over again.
And Scott, I'll tell you what, you are probably the biggest ambassador in motorcycle desert racing. We love what you do. You're all over the place doing so many things. It's got to be great. We are getting quite a few races each and every time. You know, you and Johnny and the rest of the boys out there. You guys are really pushing it to get Moto great again, as it says. And creating the awareness for people.
Well, thank you. I mean, obviously, none of that matters if we don't have events like this. I mean, this is the granddaddy of them all. I mean, guys that took on the challenge today are signed up for a huge monumental task, and my hat's off to all of them. And I just wish so many more guys could and women could experience, because it will change lives. This is the sport that changes lives, and just, you know, glad to be here.
And we were sitting there a little earlier talking about motos and some factory efforts coming down here. You know, as long as you guys keep pushing, it'd be great to have KTM, Honda, maybe come down there and put a little more of their effort and money into racing down here in Baja, because there's no true testament to how badass the motorcycles are unless they have that big Baja 1000 win.
Well, I'll put it out to KTM right now, who I worked for 20 years and tried to win the Baja 1000 for him. We got second several times on bikes that I rode, but I will tell them right now, until you win the Baja 1000, you're not a world champion mark. So take that as a challenge, KTM. Get down here and ride and win.
The gauntlet has been thrown down. There it is.
That's right. And don't sell yourself short. You have two Baja 1000 wins,
Yeah.
even though it wasn't on a KTM.
No, I was very fortunate. I had a very long career in SCORE and other desert races, rallies all over the world. So just very blessed to be here and experience this moment.
Well, Scott, it's an honor to have you here. Thank you for being our Grand Marshal, and even more, thank you for being the biggest ambassador in moto racing. Thank you very much, and we'll see you throughout the day. So stick around. As I mentioned, 9:30 a.m., we're going to kick it off with our SCORE Trophy Truck Division here at the BFGoodrich SCORE Baja 1000, brought to you by 4WP. Stick around.
Entrance for opening ceremonies, 8:30 a.m. We'll be there, so should you.
Don't miss all the action.